Chapter 37. Obsidian was rehearsing his announcement for the night's event when Alter found him. She had become a raven so she could locate the large beast, who, in the cover of the encroaching darkness, turned out to be near invisible when he wasn't circling a fire on the beach. She landed near his head and immediately transformed into her servitor self. She knew that her transformations were a form of entertainment to her guests, and when she allowed them to watch her shapeshift, it was with trust, as she was vulnerable when transitioning from one form to another. There were instances in the folklore of her species where a servitor would become trapped in between states. There were even legends of a servitor who was shapeshifting to a human form and then changed their mind to become a bull and became half human and half bull. Even the servitor itself was considered a possible example of an intersectional being, and somehow, through some random sequence of events, it became the dominant form of the creatures that became known as servitors. The exact moment that Alter could speak as she regained her servitor form, she exclaimed,
"You have to kill her."
Okay, slow down.
Obsidian cautioned.
First of all, I tried that, and it almost got me killed in the process. More to the point, if you want peace, this is the way I can offer it. I don't know that if I killed her, peace would be the result. I can imagine a mob of angry sea dragons coming after us to sonar blast us to death for killing their queen. And if they don't do that the very next day, it's just a matter of time before they will. So do you want peace, or do you want war? Make up your mind once and for all, because I'm getting tired of being told what to do, and once I do it, you tell me to do something else.
His anger could be felt in the tone he used, and Alter stepped back 2 paces. Alter turned away from Obsidian as if collecting her thoughts.
She only wants you to sire offspring. You know that, right?
Obviously.
That being the case, once she lays her eggs, she will kill you.
Oh, I see where this is going. But what you don't understand is that she wants a whole lot of eggs. She doesn't want 3 or 4 offspring. She wants 30 or 40 offspring, and that will take time, and until that time is up, I will be safe. She will see to it because I'm the key to her vision.
You almost sound proud of yourself.
Alter whispered under her breath.
I am. How many creatures can say that they created a whole new species? And not just a new species, but a powerful species capable of ruling an entire planet.
And how will they rule if they hold power over all the sea, land, and air? How will they rule? Answer me this.
We don't know, do we?
Obsidian replied calmly.
This new species will have my genetics as much as they will have Alim's. I see no reason why they would be predisposed to dictatorship. Rather, they could be exactly what this planet needs: a coherent, powerful ruling species that operates on behalf of all creatures, great and small. Look around you. Right now, we have sea dragons and werewolves on the precipice of war. Did the Queen do that? Did we?
Obsidian sighed and moved a little closer to Alter.
You have been a friend to me. I trust you. I realize what I'm getting into by becoming a consort of the Queen. I am well aware that she could kill me at any time. However, there is something about her that I think we all underestimate.
Alter raised her gaze into the amber globes of Obsidian.
And what is that?
She truly believes that she is a god, and in that belief, she may be right. Who's to say? I've spent more time with her than anyone else. I've seen her in circumstances where she is actually quite civilized and, dare I say, even kind and understanding. There is something in her that I trust, and there are many things I do not. But she's not all bad. I'm convinced of that.
Alter suddenly became concerned. Was he under her spell somehow, or was he simply being naive?
Why do you think she might be who she says she is?
Well, let's look at the facts, shall we?
Obsidian held up his hand with his index finger raised.
1, she can stop time. I witnessed it. What other creature can do that?
I can shapeshift. It doesn't make me a god.
2,
Obsidian said, ignoring Alter's comment.
She has a vision for this planet that no one else seems to understand or even care about.
You mean the vision to have offspring that rule the planet from generation to generation in perpetuity?
No, the vision to have peace and prosperity, to have a beautiful world that we all create together under the blueprints of the Queen. I believe she could be a good ruler if she had good advisors and she didn't feel that she was under a constant threat of being murdered.
Let me point out one thing.
Alter said, gathering her courage.
It was the Queen who offered us and the werewolves to either become her subjects or wage a war. Did you forget that already?
Well, yes, she comes off a little strong sometimes,
Obsidian admitted.
but I think she was just being this way to get me to agree to be her king. She knew that by forcing this war, the only way to peace was if I agreed to meet with her on her terms. We did. We followed the trail that she so carefully laid out. The premise of war was a gambit she played to motivate us, more specifically, me.
To do what?
To give me up so I would accept the role of siring her children.
So this whole thing was just a ruse to get you to become her king consort. Is that what you're saying?
Obsidian nodded.
And that doesn't sound manipulative and conniving to you?
It does, but that's not the point. She needs me. She wants to create something that has never before existed on this planet, to bring the air and the sea together, to unify it.
And what about the werewolves and the land?
I promise I will advocate for them every step of the way. I will make sure they have ample land and hunting grounds. She asked me to be their representative. She wants peace so our offspring can flourish and her vision can manifest.
Alter crossed her arms and lowered her gaze, averting Obsidian's eyes.
I have spoken with the Queen's advisor, the one who initially found her when she entered this planet. They told me that the Queen is not to be trusted. She is ruthless and barbaric. Why would her advisor risk their life to tell us this?
Why is the advisor still alive if the Queen is so ruthless?
Obsidian shot back.
Exactly. If she is a god, wouldn't she know that her advisor is disloyal?
If she is a god, then how can you judge her actions? She operates on a different set of rules. This advisor is unwise to be disloyal, and the fact that they are speaks volumes about their advisory services. You and Oriel will both be attendants to the Queen, as I said. Soen will be her new advisor.
And Joe?
He will be my attendant.
Alter sighed and crossed her arms, glancing at Obsidian as if he was an obstinate child.
This advisor pleaded with me, begged me, to convince you to kill the Queen. They agree that the Queen will not kill you until she has her offspring, so they said you should try to kill her every chance you get.
I will not.
And that's your final decision?
No. In a day, a month, a year, I might change my mind. But if I change my decision, I will make it. And no one else. For better or worse. And as far as we know, the Queen and I are the most powerful creatures on this planet. Give us a chance to figure all of this out. Support us. In a few hours, I will be betrothed to her, and everyone will know it. Don't ask me to kill her again. If you do, you might lose me.
Footsteps approached, and Hunter came forward out of the tree line that rimmed the beach.
You shouldn't be out here in the open,
He said. Obsidian looked around.
There will be no war, my friend.
So I've heard. But if you trust that beast, you must be naive.
You sound disappointed that the war has been averted.
Averted?
Hunter laughed.
I have been in the warrior clan of the werewolves my entire life. I know when two parties are edging to war, and once they cross a certain line, like murdering the tribal leader's wife, war is inevitable. That memory will never be forgotten, and that life taken has yet to be avenged. So, no, I do not believe that war has been averted. It has only been delayed so you can play king.
Obsidian's claws gripped the ground underneath him, his head tossed back in anger.
What is it about everyone? I took all the risks. I made all the hard decisions, and all you can do is complain. Leave me alone if that's your attitude.
Look,
Hunter yelled.
we didn't care if you prevented a war from happening. We simply want revenge. We want to take that beast down. You, becoming a king, It's a joke. You know that. She wants one thing and only one thing. What about the concerns of my people? Now that she has you under her spell, how long will it be before you take whatever land you decide is required to serve the needs of the sea dragons or whatever creatures the two of you hatch?
Obsidian's belly was turning a deep orange, and tiny sparks were drifting out of his nostrils and mouth. Hunter could see the telltale signs of fire being stirred, and he backed away. Alter joined him, though a few meters would not make a difference.
The queen,
She is your queen, not ours. She is a beast to us.
Hunter interrupted, and then walked away, back into the underbrush, where he quickly disappeared.
The werewolves will not follow you unless you can convince one who to follow you. Their warriors will always seek revenge until they feel a balance has been struck. Right now, sea dragons prevail. They have you. You were once an ally of the werewolves, and now they have nothing. Even Soin, Auriel, and myself have been made to be employees of the Queen's court. The werewolves have lost everything. Don't you see this?
As Alter spoke, Obsidian composed himself and looked up and down the beach.
I'll find him and have that talk.
Obsidian turned, unfurled his massive wings, and jumped into the air with incredible power. Alter could feel the rush of wind as he ascended into the evening sky, where the remnants of light remained like puddles after the rain.